I have made thousands from my ebooks, but not by selling them. In exchange for someone downloading my free ebook, I will receive their email and their name. And in this video, I'm going to teach you step by step how to create an ebook from scratch, then how to create a landing page for it, how to market it, and how to actually monetize the email funnel process. You are about to uncover one of the greatest methods to monetize an online audience. Okay, it's time to go step by step how to create our ebook. Now we're going to be using Canva and a few other free tools. So stay tuned. You can pause this video and follow step by step. Now on Canva, you have some default ebook kind of templates. You just type in ebook and you'll see them. But for this video, I'm going to be creating one from scratch. Now, you've typed in ebook and you've got your template, you've got the A4 format. Now, I'm going to do an ebook for self-development. So I'm going to get an image of a mountain. But before we dive into that, I quickly want to show you something. It's important for your brand to have a color palette. So simply going on Google and typing in color palette, you'll be exposed to this website where it will give you color palettes that kind of go together. So if you really like the color gold, then I recommend kind of trying to find a color gold. And then from there, you'll be able to kind of build something really professional. It's really useful, very important. So make sure you check that. But now going back to our ebook. So I've typed in mountain as I want someone to be on a mountain. I always make the color of my background black for transparency purposes. And I've picked this image of a guy on a mountain as I think, it kind of shows the right message. And you can literally just type in anything you want in photos. And I think that's the best way to kind of start the ebook. Now, the next part is to experiment with some gradients, or you could keep kind of how the photo is in its natural state. For me, I wanted to try some gradients. So I played around with a few gradients until I landed on the black one. Now, the next thing was to kind of add a box to my ebook, the front cover, so that I can put the title of the ebook, which is going to be Become the Best You. I think it's important even for when you're branding, when you're doing your landing page, etc., to have a name for your ebook. And obviously pick a font which matches your niche. So this one's the motivational niche. So I picked one that suits that. And then of course, always put by whoever you are. So I'm Grow with Alex. So I put by Grow with Alex in the corner. It also, I think, just makes it look slightly more professional. So definitely add that. And you can see it's already coming together. I ended up picking a font which I think very minimalistic and very clean. Now, the next thing was to go to the free version of ChatGPT. And you can literally type in something like, write me a short ebook about how to become the best version of yourself through self-developmental tools or something like that. And it will give you a list of ideas for your ebook. And you can literally base your whole ebook around this, giving it further simple prompts such as expand this point, etc. And essentially you can get all your information from here. You can literally copy a section, type in expand, and it will expand that section for you. So for example, I wanted to expand section 2 and it's written everything for me. Now, where I think people go wrong the most with ebooks is just literally copying and pasting exactly what ChatGPT says. It isn't always the best readable wording. So it doesn't always make sense. It's not always clean kind of English. So what you want to do is put it through a software which is going to make it a lot cleaner and also not AI detectable if you were ever to do anything further than what we're doing with it. Now, there are two different options for this. You have Quillbot, which has a basic free function, but my favorite is refinerroman.pt. And essentially what this does, it makes everything super simple and not complex for your audience, which I think for ebooks, especially a free one, is super, super valuable. As sometimes ChatGPT, you can see that it gives kind of complicated words and it's not necessary. So I always put everything through rowanrefiner.pt. And you can see that my ebook is already starting to take shape, even though it's only black and white at this point. Now, what you want to do is separate everything into kind of paragraphs, just make it look clean. It doesn't need to be complicated. I think people often kind of complicate this process. And then I wanted to create a good introduction. So the prompt that I used for that, write me a strong introduction for the ebook. So instead of it giving me like an example or anything, I wanted it to actually write me a strong example. So that's what it did. And there again, what I did was copied that and put it into my refiner. And you can see that it also makes it a lot shorter, a lot cleaner. So I got that, pasted it into my ebook. And you can see refiner is so easy to use. Pasted it again, played around with the size of the text. Usually I just do this manually instead of putting in a certain number in the top left. So to me, it's all about the visuals. How does it look? And I think playing with it manually is the best option. And at this point, I think it's looking pretty good. What I wanted to do was just make this look more professional. So I thought, why don't I add something to do with growth? And I saw this first picture. A good thing you could do on Canva is if you go to edit photo and the BG remove it, it will remove the background. So I had this guy with a tree in his hand, and all I needed to do was make it kind of fit the page. And you can see the page is already starting to take shape, and it already kind of looks professional. It's really not complicated. The next thing I wanted to do was add a gradient or something to the background to make it kind of not as black and plain. And you just put that, go to position, go to back, and make the transparency somewhere in the middle, just so that, it's not too in your face, but it just adds a bit more life to the ebook. And essentially you just copy and paste this method. Like now I've got my gradient, I can literally go duplicate page, change the text, change the title, change the image, and we just repeat the process. And I promise you that in about 40 minutes, maybe even less, you could have an unreal ebook. Now, again, I just play around with some of the text, make some of it glow, etc. Simply go to effects when you press the text, and you can see it's already really starting to take shape. If I was to spend another half an hour on this, it would be done. But not only that, I'm providing free value for my audience. So my audience is going to really enjoy this and give me their details. When you download it or when you want to finish it, go to PDF standard, and that's about it. And make sure all the pages that you want to incorporate are ticked. Press done, press download, and there is your ebook, which you can then upload to the next section. Guys, make sure you go to the next section, as I'm about to show you what you can actually do with this ebook and how it can generate you thousands. It's not hard to create. Guys, this is one of the best ways to really monetize your traffic. Let's move over to the next section. Guys, remember, if you have any questions at any point in this video or want me to expand on a certain point and make another video, simply let me know in the comments section. And if you like the video, make sure you like it so I know. Building your landing page. In my opinion, using a platform such as Gumroad, which is completely free, is a great way to start and build your data list. So here is an example of one of my food pages and the free ebook that we provide, and we are using Gumroad as the host. You can simply use ChatGPT and Canva to kind of brand this page. People will put $0 and be able to download the ebook. And trust me, this method works. Once you start building this email list, you can simply go to Gumroad and download it as a CSV, and you will have a list of all the people who have downloaded your ebook. Which brings us on to the next section. So we've created our ebook, we have a landing page, and we are now collecting data or emails. Now it's about the email marketing. The first thing we need to do is to find an ESP, which is an email service provider. Some of the popular ones that you've probably heard of are MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, the list goes on. A simple Google search and you'll find loads. Now you also can do this manually if you want to save money. If there is any point in this video where I would want you to invest, it would be at this point. Now in terms of your emails, here is what I recommend you do. Use ChatGPT and again, use a rewording tool to provide value to your audience. So for example, for us, we provide free recipes or content related to food for our food page. But if you're a motivational page, you could provide tips, self-development tips. You could literally do anything. It's all about value. The reason to use an ESP as opposed to doing it manually, as with software, you can create campaigns, you can automate it, you can schedule it, etc. So it is worth it. The next section is all about monetization and how to actually make money with these emails and why you need to do it. So now you understand the whole process and how to actually send emails. Now within our email is how we're actually going to make money. Now this is dependent on what niche you're in. I'm going to discuss this for my food page. So when we send out our emails, at the bottom, we will always have a call to action, which is money related for us. So an example for this is, this air fryer is currently 30% off. Click here. And you simply put a hyperlink to an affiliate marketing product. Now, the reason why I really recommend using these emails, and using the call to action at the bottom is because your Instagram page or your online presence elsewhere, you don't want to be promoting too heavily on that as it will affect your growth. And taking your audience to another platform such as your emails will allow you to push sales more, allowing you to constantly get an audience to your email list and still generating sales. So guys, you don't want to become a spam account, so turn your emails into how you attract sales. You can do affiliate marketing, you can do drop shipping. Guys, and one of the most popular methods is once you have a popular email list, you can actually sell promotional space. So for example, let's say my food page, I can reach out to kitchen gadget pages, kitchen equipment businesses and say to them, look, I have an email list with a few thousand people. Would you like a slot in there? They could potentially offer me money or a affiliate link. So there are plenty of different ways to really leverage these email lists. And I really think that this is the future for most online businesses. And again, I want you to remember that you can still sell on your online profiles, but you are diversifying your audience. You know, let's say worst case scenario, your account gets deleted, you still have your email list. Guys, if you want me to dive deeper into any section in this video, just let me know in the comments. My name is Alex and I'm all about online business and growth. Let's grow.